time for the Gettin Outdoors podcast, Town Country United Bank Lake Millers Ferry Weekend Hunting and Fishing Report. A weekly update on water conditions, ramp events, generating schedule, what's biting, and seasonal hunting information with outdoor reporters Joe Allen Dunn, Kevin Sims, and Shane Jones. This weekly hunting and fishing report is brought to you by the good folks at Town Country United Bank in Camden, Alabama, serving their customers for over 40 years. Town Country United Bank's highest priority is satisfied customers. Now, here's your weekend Lake Millers Ferry hunting and fishing report.
First one, 2023, smackdown.
There he is. Team Bigfoot, baby. Another one on the B&B Silver Shade. Team Bigfoot in the house.
Shane Jones Crockett. Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the Town Country United Bank Hunting and Fishing Report for the Getting Outdoors podcast number 204. And me and Shane, boy, Shane, we had a good interview with Mr. Crappie a while ago, didn't he? He brought it now. That old man done been crappie fishing a long time.
Yeah, that was a good interview, buddy.
We talked about the expo coming in September, guys, and also the $300,000 invitation of how we're going to get Shane Jones in that thing. We're going to get him in there, I guarantee.
Well, the first time I met Mr. Crappie, he was at a Hicks show in Laverne, Alabama, and was doing that at a livestock arena where we was doing that. And one of his first sponsors was True Turn Hooks.
That's right.
And he was in there selling hooks.
Blakemore,
that's right.
Well, he's come a long way since then, hasn't he, Shane? It was a great interview, I tell you, and I appreciate y'all tuning in and listening to it. Now, I called Millers Ferry and Jones Bluff. They're running 3 units at Millers Ferry, 4 units at Jones Bluff around the clock. So that water's getting out of him, but we got a rain coming tonight, and I don't know what it's going to do to it starting this is the last 3 or 4 days of hunting season, and everybody's getting geared up for fishing, guys.
I seen the turkey strut this weekend.
Yeah. What about the water temperature? Travis went jugging the other day, and he said that the water temperature was 58 degrees. Does that sound about right? What was it? You was in Florida this weekend, right, Shane?
It was about 57, 58. So, I mean, when I went, I would say if anywhere from 53 to 58, you'd be safe saying that.
Got a good crowd on. Todd Prater says that the new manager is at the Dallas County Lake, but it has not opened yet. But it's supposed to open next week. We'll let y'all know. Brian Taylor's tuned in, and Wiley Bedwell's got a cake in the oven. Slab Busters tuned in. Freddie over in Meridian, appreciate those pictures of the Coffeeville Dam. Freddie, he sends me some good pictures out of that airplane. Al and Brooke Smith over at Lock 5. And Ryan Gunn, the old fish master himself. Jimmy Nelson. Chance to win 10 grand on wires right now with tag crappie. I knew they were tagging some crappie up there, but I didn't. They got Alabama crappie. Got that tournament on Wise Lake this weekend, ain't they? Shane?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's Saturday. They John's up there right now. John Farmer, he's up there practicing. So yeah,
Trey Wade tuned in. Jared Hudson, how you doing? Yeah, we ready for the 33 annual Elvis Roberts Memorial Coon Hunt. Also, I do want to remind everybody, Joe Allen, David Gaston called me today. Who else called me today? Frank McGraw. Hey, Wayne Edgeworth. The Bluebird boxes, you better get them cleaned out because they are pairing up right now. So you need to get on out there. And what happens with those Bluebird boxes, they will nest 3 times. But they're stacked and nest on top of each other, and you need to get them out of there this time every year because what they'll do is go in there and build another nest, and by the time they stack them up, they're where you can see them through that hole in them, and the predators can see them, and they're not down in the box. So that's why you need to clean them out.
They ready.
And also, you need to get your martin boxes up. They've been spotted. I'm all over South Alabama. I'm getting pictures from everywhere. So you need to go on and get your martin boxes up and get your hummingbird feeders clean because it's that time. And send your Camp Chef photos in. If y'all hadn't already looked at the Camp Chef video this week, Joe Allen and Todd did a great job. That was a good show, Joe Allen.
Well, we got another one in the can. I'll hand it to Big Daddy to do our editing. So good that he always does. Thank you.
Well, it's easy. That last one was easy to edit. I think y'all brought me 18 minutes, and I edited it down to about 7. I had to edit it down to about 16 minutes, but it was a good show. Cooking them ducks. He cooked those ducks using that Adolph meat tenderizer and garlic. Is all he put in. That's all he used.
But I'm gonna tell you what, that stuff was delicious. It's like Todd said that. When you look at it, we was looking at it, so it looks pretty rough, It's just the way it's boiled down, the way he does it. But, buddy, you put that on some rice or a biscuit with it, that stuff was delicious.
Yes, it looked good. And Shane, let's go ahead. We're gonna do this before the show's over, but tomorrow night you are blasting off your Shane Jones Fishing Crappie Cast show. All questions answered, 7 o'clock tomorrow night on the Shane Jones Crappie Fishing Facebook. And you got some special guests tomorrow.
I sure do.
You want to say it?
Oh, yeah. You got Eric Cagle, 2020 national champion, full-time guide. He owns, I shouldn't have to introduce him. A lot of people in the crappie world know him, but he owns C&M Guide Service. He's from Tallahassee, Alabama, and John Farmer and Jessica Fulmer may make a guest appearance also. They're the reigning Crappie Masters, Alabama Crappie Masters state champions.
And they go, and what it's going to be kind of a question answer thing. You want everybody to ask you questions, and y'all are going to answer anything.
We're going to do that, and we're going to let Eric tell his. He's got a pretty neat. They had experience over at the Red River, at the Elite Series this past weekend. It's a good story. So I'm going to let him say it. So.
All right. Well, we're looking forward to that. That's tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. Of course, I'll share it on my Facebook page also. Early spring, everything is pointing to early spring. The red buds are blooming. It's
Groundhog said it's more winter.
But I don't believe
he must have lied then, didn't he? Or he woke up on the wrong side of the bed. The groundhog.
I got that information on that Wise Lake Tag Fish Tournament from Slab Busters. It's on the screen if y'all want to read it. It's one is worth $10,000, 52 is worth $1,000, 948 worth $50, and a $15 tag for a chance to win them. But I've had experience. We had a $25,000 tag fish caught at our insurance, and our insurance company dropped us like a rock.
Yeah. That's somebody. You use it and they don't want you no more.
Yeah, as long as they making money, it's all right. We'll have to pay it out. It's over with. I do have a trail cam problem. I want to ask some of y'all that might know more about trail cam than I do. I have it is a Browning Patriot trail camera on the log, and it takes just awesome daytime pictures. But at night, it's overexposing it. I mean, when a coyote crosses the log, it's just solid white. You know, is it a way to adjust that?
Well, sometimes, I don't know, I'd have to look at that one, but a lot of your daytime pictures will be in color.
Yeah,
and just black and white at night. Now, I don't know.
Yeah, that's right. That's black and white. It ain't no problem with the picture.
Yeah.
It's just overexposed.
Too much light.
It's too much light. You can't really see it. You know, it ain't worth sharing with anybody.
Yeah. Tell Jared, I still need 3 more coons.
All right, you hear that, Jared?
I'm gonna get with you about that. No joke. I'm sorry I hadn't messaged you yet, but I'm gonna get with you, or just call me 334-564-0617.
And if you can get him, y'all's Verizon's been awful.
Yeah, our service has been messed up.
Bud said he's been making some sausage to watch the show. Okay, well, Bud, I got a story to tell you now, cause Team D Hooker got in the water this weekend, the original team, and they caught some fish, and they were sending them to Joe Allen. Joe Allen had his feet propped up in front of the fire. He said he ain't worried about next weekend, not this Saturday, but the 18th. Is the Jug and Open, Joel.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to be ready for them. Well, they was over at the house because I found some sign. And then I talked to our sheriff over here because I got cameras up. And I called Larry Coaster, and he looked at the footage. He said, you might
got a little sabotage?
Yeah, you might have grounds to.
You might have a case.
If I sign the warrants, he said, I'll pick them up. He said, because had them in there, put the knife on my lines and stuff like nicking it, and then put it back in there. And I said, oh, look at that. Look at Travis, what he's doing.
Well, it told me you changed the hooks on all.
Nah, he wasn't changing no hook. But Larry said he'll be glad to go get them late Friday night, and that way they'll have them in jail all weekend.
Have them in the Prince Hall detention center. But anyway, next Saturday, it's going to be February the 18th, $25 per adult. Kids are free. Weigh-in's going to be at the Roland Cooper State Park T-Pier at 2 o'clock. 25 jugs per boat, 1 hook per jug. 3 fish weigh in. Only one can be over 34 inches. You can launch anywhere, but you got to get signed up. You got to go to Dunn Sports or CT Ward Power Sports and sign up before Saturday. You're not going to be able to sign up the day of the tournament. And you can call Joe Allen and sign up. It's going to cost you a 3% credit card.
Yeah, if you're doing it on a credit card or debit card, when you call and the card isn't there, they charge me more. So
if you had to punch it in.
That's right. I have to compensate for that, but I can do it. But you need to do that now, sometime early Friday.
Yeah,
because I'm gonna be.
Yeah, because Jessica, the people at State Park, Jessica and Taylor, they need to get the money in where they can figure out all the money.
We got to get it done.
Yeah, Friday. So y'all get signed up. You're gonna know by Thursday, and we'll talk about it again.
Well, because I ain't gonna be over there Friday. I'm gonna be over here pre-fishing. I'm gonna fish for 3 or 4 days. All right. I'm gonna know wherever cat's at.
What is the $50 youth add-on? What is that?
Now, that is a something me and Taylor talked about. We're gonna do that ourselves.
Okay.
About extra use in the boat.
So if you got the one person that wins got some youth, they're gonna get $50 extra for each youth.
Right.
Okay, I understand. Well, that's gonna be something. I wish old Shane didn't have.
What size fish did Travis and Team Dirty Hooker have?
They probably had the 3 biggest fish. Probably was 25, 27 pounds.
Oh, man, that ain't going.
All of them had together.
Yeah.
Yeah, they need to save those.
I mean, my bait ain't much smaller than that. I mean, I don't know.
They were not there but 2 hours.
Well,
they were not there but 2 hours.
That's good.
They had enough for a good fish fry, and I compliment them on that. But don't bring them to scale.
Yeah.
Because I told them they're going to walk home with no money in their pocket now.
Hey, Jeffrey Reeves, Robert Hudson, and Michael Buchanan. How you doing, Michael? All right, well, let's do the Town Country United Bank Hunting and Fishing Report. We're talking about the Jugging Open next Saturday, and we want to emphasize, look what Bud said, you better watch Sims. He's mighty quiet. He don't say much, but he's got him a plan. But I understand your team, Search and Destroy, has
we dissipated. Dissipated. He's got some other issues, and we're gonna be team Sims. I said I'm gonna have Tristan and his wife in the boat.
Okay.
And
that's gonna be bad. I don't like that.
Tristan's he's good luck.
Yeah. Y'all are reigning champions from the first.
But I heard it Sandy's putting an incentive to Tristan, did she?
She said this to me. She sent me a text, man, and said, I'm gonna be pissed if we don't get a check. What she said.
But ain't no check, cash money, buddy. Cash.
Well, she meant getting played, paid to play.
Taylor and Jessica said Joe Allen's mighty confident. Well, he has been in the crappie tournament and 2 jugging tournaments, and he weighed 3 fish in all of them. Taylor and Jessica. So he just he can talk the talk, but so far he hadn't walked the walk.
I feel like that Joe Allen has a second place victory in his damn future. I feel like he's got him a good second place finish this time.
And it might be. You're right. Yeah. It might be. It's just that, I'm the one that started all this jugging. I've been very, very successful in it.
Yeah.
So
I would say that.
I think it's about time for me to hit.
It's in the odds are in your favor. Ain't no doubt about it. But it's just like Travis said the other day. In order to hit, you got to get out there and fish. That's what you got to do.
That's true.
You can't sit in front of the fire drinking whiskey with your feet propped up.
Come next week, I will be fishing all week long.
All right. Well, it's next week is the week.
He's gonna have the guy in the boat now. Aaron's a real deal. Matter of fact, if I had to bet money on this deal right here, that Aaron will fish longer than Joe Allen does.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt that.
Aaron don't give up. He's about like me now. When he gets in the boat, he's not gonna stop until it's over. I mean, he's busy.
What about Todd? What's your?
He's gonna be a hindrance. That's like a minus. Like that. Say like you got a bonus with Aaron, and then you like took a little bit away when you added Todd.
I know.
Todd is
Todd is gonna be. He's trying to find some way or another to pick on you at some point during the day.
Well, Todd's gonna be sort of like Team Dirty Hooker in a way. He's gonna have to.
He's gonna have a PR.
Said, where is the cooler? How much beer we got in here? If we ain't got. I got to go back and get more beer.
But you need to have Todd answering the phone, doing all the PR. As all the people call him.
Put him on the GoPro.
Put him on the GoPro. Yeah, he can do that and do all the PR.
All right, but anyhow, y'all go ahead and get your entries in at CT Ward Power Sport or Dunn Sports next week. Get them in early. Go ahead, and I'll tell you this: if you go ahead and pay your money, fish, we'll give you money back. That won't be no problem. So go ahead and get signed up. Now, if they come in this weekend catfishing, Joe Allen and Kevin, what do they need to do? Jug, where they need to throw the jugs out, tight lining. The river is, I don't know if it's rising or falling.
It started falling, but it's strictly in the flats now. Flats and cuts. Sometimes way on back in the flats. That's where I'd start working my way out.
I mean, evidently, some of those big blues are getting where they want to be. Like I had some people tell me they caught some on artificial bait, like bass fishing. They throw it by a stump or a log and 10-pound blue cat blast that spinnerbait like it's April. So they're starting to get in position. Because that blue cat it's an awful mean animal when it's spawned.
Yeah, it sure is. But anyhow, it's just fishing this weekend. Just fishing.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk about crappie fishing. Shane, you went to Florida this weekend. What is the water doing up here? Are you going to be able to fish up here this weekend?
I think so. I'm watching the waterfall. Depends on how much rainfall we get tonight or tomorrow. I hope we don't get a lot, But right now, it's falling. I was looking at the water level in Demopolis. It's at Selden Dam. Give me just a second. I'll tell you. I was just looking at it. 75 is full pool. It got up to like 92, I think, this past weekend. So it's currently at 82. I can fish it at 82. 78 to 82. I like it 77. But as long as we don't get a lot of rain, the water should be good. The main river now, it'll probably be out of play because there's going to be a lot of current still. But, your creeks and the mouths of those creeks and some of these sloughs should be good.
What are these fish doing now? What are these crappie doing? Are they pairing up? Are they scattered out? What are they doing?
No, they're where the water goes up, they'll scatter. Now that's just a known fact. It doesn't matter, any body of water in the country, and the water gets silted or the water rises, they will start scattering. But the females' eggs are starting to produce more and more, and the males' hormones are going, and they're going to be hunting. They're going to be trying to pack together. So you may get lucky and find a group of fish somewhere. You just got to go looking.
You got to go fishing. That's what you got
to go fishing. I can sit here and tell you, hey, they won't be certain places, and I'll be darned if they won't be. So, you will never know. You just got to go.
If I had to guess, there'll be 30 boats in the steam plant on the discharge. And it'll be some boats at the discharge and Selma and Demopolis at the steam plant. Because they'll be
like I said, they'll be the water's warming up. Like I said, the bad thing about Demopolis, all the good cover on the main river gets washed away.
That's
you
right.
Might catch some fish on, and then it's gone. Because I don't know what Millers Ferry's doing. I'm sure if the river calmed down Millers Ferry, there will be some fish on those big.
What are they going to do, Joe Allen, this weekend?
Me, if I was going, I would go back to old school because we've always done it in February and troll in like right there at Alligator or Mill Creek or up in Shell Creek. Big Daddy, we've always caught a lot of fish just easing through there because all them fish, like they said, when they come, they still scattered, but they move in and they scattered all in them places right there in that 18 to 20 foot of water.
Oh, if you do like Shane, you can chase them down with that live scope. You just got to learn how to do it.
Yeah, that's why I went to Florida where I could get some practice at it some more.
Hey, Denise is tuned in.
Hey, Denise, that I think that there's a you can kind of complement the trolling with the chasing like that, especially in a stumpy area. You kind of ease around there instead of having to cast for, especially if they get real tight and you catch them in fish. And then if you find that top with that school, pick your stuff up and then go to casting at them like that.
That's exactly right, Kevin. Yeah, you're exactly right. If you can ever, if some are relating to some cover, they will bite. Yeah, no doubt about it.
Well, Todd got the weather forecast up there, so it looks like we're gonna get some rain. So
I just hope we don't get it. I seen it where it said a quarter inch, and I can deal with a quarter inch, but when it starts talking about inches, that's when it starts messing my water up.
So. Yeah, well, when it rains here, it don't really do nothing to hurt us. But now when it rains, that's what gets us.
I want to wish all the guys fishing in the Alabama Crappie Masters tournament up at Lake Wise this weekend. That boy's doing a good job with that that group, I tell you. And he's got some big plans for 2024. I guarantee you. Scott Mitchell's tuned in, Shane.
Oh yeah, me and him, we had a good time this weekend. Like I said, we caught a bunch of fish, and he put the long rod on them, and I chased them down. So we all caught plenty of fish.
Well, we if you just tuning in, we got the announcement from Todd Prater early in the show that the Dallas County Lake has not opened up yet. They have hired a new manager, but they got some work they got to do, and I think it's some maintenance they're doing before they open it up. But the Bibb County Lake is open. Shane, you went to the Bibb County Lake the other day. Give us a Bibb County Lake crappie report.
Oh man, I went there late in the evening, and there was a bunch of crappie in the middle of that lake schooling. People don't realize, they're like, why ain't these fish on the bank? Black crappie are schooling in deep water, and believe it or not, they was a foot deep. They were sitting this deep, and they're really hard to catch. Chasing them down. That's why even people that troll, you can't troll that deep. For some reason, it got cloudy, and I thought, well, they'll go down the water column. They did not. I seen couple hundred fish, 200 or 300 fish out there in the middle. just running. And the shad are way below them. I don't know why they're so shallow, but they do that. And they just wasn't biting yesterday. We caught 2 nice fish, but they're there.
Caught a gold crappie, didn't you?
Yeah, I caught a gold crappie. It was a goldish. I didn't realize he was gold looking. I caught it and put it in the live well, and I went to let it go, and I looked in the water, and I was like, fish got a gold tint to it because the water's clear. And I pulled it out. That's the second one I've caught in my life. So they both looked alike.
Well, if you're going crappie fishing in the Millers and Millers Ferry, just like we say every week, you got to go fishing. You know,
you got to go fishing. Like I said, you know, I know some guys that caught some up here on Bankhead. I think Corey Williams, he caught 24 yesterday. He said they were scattered and some was on some timber. So, you know, but he said he had to cover a lot of water. So that's typical.
All right, let's go to bass fishing this weekend out of Bridgeport City Landing. The Pride of the South Elite Series kicks off their 2023 season. And I don't know how many boats they're going to have, but what they got to do to win that tournament this weekend, Kev?
Find a clear, warm, shad-filled water. You're going to be, if it rains hard enough, and Millers Ferry is weird, about 2 or 3 of your better sloughs that, you know, you think, I'm going to the back. You run to the back, and you'll say, right, dog, that's 54 in here, you know. You drop back about 100 yards back out there, it'll be like 59. It's weird. The Marina Slough does it. G's Bend, a bunch of them sloughs do it where anywhere they got that fresh water running there, beaver ponds or creeks, something like that, the temperature, it'll cool down right after a rain in the dead back, and then fish will push out back to those secondary points or flats just out there in the middle. And a lot of people will, you know, run to the back, look for warm water and take off and leave, you know, because, I mean, you know, bass fishing is all about temperature right now. Temperature and bait. I mean, you still got to find bait, but you got to have temperature, you know. But it is several of the bigger sloughs at Millers Ferry that are flat on the lower end. Everything's so flat. You get lots of runoff and lots of fresh water, beaver ponds, creeks, branches. You know, we got wet weather branches, and when that rain water hits, it's gonna be cold, and then it'll reduce the temperature right in the back for a day or two, and then come on out 50, 100 yards, it'll be warmer water, you know, because you'll be going back, it'll be steady going up, and you're watching it the whole time, and it'll just plummet. It'll be like a definite line where that temperature changed, and the fish are going to be that was back there. They're going to be pushed back out.
What you going to throw at them?
Chatterbait, spinnerbait, and swim jig.
I noticed, Big Daddy. You know, even in Florida, where my live scope transducer is not on the surface 6 inches, and then you know my hummingbird, my helix, my side skin's below it, and there's 3 or 4 degrees difference between that.
Yeah. Especially this time.
So, you know. Yeah. Like he said, those bass, if they get in that skinny water, they're up in that warmer water. If they back up and go a foot deeper, they're in 3, and that's a lot of difference. 3 or 4 degrees is a bunch on a fish.
Oh yeah. Yep. What about the diamond bait A-rigs? Are they still in play?
No, the A-rigs about to play out. You know, I mean, some of the northern states are still buying them, but you know, we're finna get into more just swim bait fishing and chatterbait and stuff like that. But the around here, the water temperature is about to get to your river's out of play. The temperature is probably okay in the river, but it's too much current, you know. So you're going to be down to your your chase baits and stuff like that.
Well, there'll be some good fishermen fishing that tournament this weekend, and we'll know a lot more this time next week.
I feel like that. You know, coming off 2 rains, I'm gonna say 15, 16 pounds is gonna be good this time. You know, but now, you know, unless they catch spots, if somebody gets on the spots, now you may see a 17 plus stringer, but it's going to be hard to get on a big sack of spots, I think, with a river like it is.
All right, Shane, you were chasing them crappie, but let me tell you, they weighing in them 7, 8 pound bass at the Bibb County Lake this week, man. They whacking them bass.
I seen them down there, a couple guys fishing. Yeah, there's a lot of guys enjoying that, you know, access to that lake, and that lady's so nice that runs that thing. We got in there and went, and you know, and it won't be long. Those fish will be running up to the bank. You know, you get a couple.
Well, we done several podcasts, me and Miss Cindy, about that lake. She is she runs that lake by the book too, buddy. You better do what she says.
Was they bed fishing when you seen them, or they out?
No, they just out. They was complaining the fish wasn't biting yesterday. Yeah, I'm sure it was a different day. You know, I seen some people complaining, but it was kind of an odd day. Like I said, the crappie were. They were, you know, I figured they'd been spooked, but nobody had been messing with them. They wasn't spooked. Because if I didn't hit my trolling motor, if you had a cast net, you could have caught 200 or 300. slowly going by the boat. They just wouldn't bite.
Well, I talked to Adam Cochran the other day, and they got them a little group called the Po Man's Team Trail. They'll be doing one out of Demopolis on the 25th of February, and also Maddie's Bridgeport Team Trail will be over here at Bridgeport on the 25th, and she made the announcement the other day that the Community Neighbor Bank is sponsoring her Angler of the Year $1,000 bonus to be paid to each division Angler of the Year championship. Now, I don't know if that's $500 for each division or $1,000 for each division, but I'll find out. But I want to thank the Community Neighbor Bank. That's a huge deal right there for Maddie and her tournament trail. It really is. And so she'll be here next week. And that's all I got on bass fishing, but it's
somebody like you was talking about, Shane, with them crappie like it too. I would suspect there was a pressure issue. I don't know what. I didn't even look.
It could have been. It was. I thought, man, it's fixing to rain or what it is, but it's so weird. That water it's pretty clear, and those fish are a foot deep.
Yeah.
Some of them I thought something was wrong with transducer. Some of them you thought their backs was fixing to come out of the water.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy, but you're probably right, Kevin. It was a pressure thing.
all right. And next weekend also, not only the catfish jugging, Maddie's tournament, the Po Man's Team Trail in Demopolis, and also the David K. Nelson Memorial Squirrel Hunt will be out of the Central Alabama Farmers Co-op, sponsored by the Alabama Wildlife Federation. The Elvis Roberts St. Jude Memorial Coon Hunt out of the Armory in Jackson, Alabama, and they are looking for vendors, and they're looking for prizes to auction stuff to auction off in the live auction. Also in Demopolis, Alabama, and I talked to John Brunson the other day, Joe Allen, and they having a big cooking next Thursday night for everybody with the Alabama Hawking Association field meet that'll be in Demopolis next weekend. And if any of y'all want to hunt with those guys and those hawks, get up with John Brunson or Michael Moore, some of those guys, and they can make that happen. Also, the A&M Pawn Shop in Monroeville is having a Coyote Classic. That will be the 17th, 18th, and 19th. You can call Anderson at he prefer you to text him at 251-362-0579. And then the next, I'm going to go ahead and put this up here because this is really important. This is on a Friday night, February the 24th. The Thomasville Baptist Church Beast Feast, and that's a big event, Kevin. They'll have 500 or 600 people at this time.
Oh yeah, they'll be full.
And they're gonna have guest speaker Hank Parker will be there Friday night. Then Hank Parker will also be at the Hayneville Baptist Church Wild Game Supper on Sunday night, the 26th, from 5 o'clock. And I just wonder who Hank Parker's going to fish with over the weekend. He's going to be fishing with somebody. You can believe that. But
hunting.
That's a couple of weeks.
It's a deer season. Oh, that's right.
Mm-hmm. So
let's go rabbit hunting or something.
Yeah, might go rabbit hunting or whatever. But that's all I got on the coon hunting, squirrel hunting, and the coyote hunting. And I wanted to say this big old hog. Now it was no controversy. It wasn't any controversy, but I want y'all, and y'all listening to the podcast can't see this, but Hunter, Johnny Hayes sent this to me. Hunter Hayes killed this last night in Coffeyville, or late yesterday evening in Coffeyville, Alabama, and it bottomed out a 330-pound set of scales. Now, that's a big old hog. I don't care if he's standing behind it or what, but you can see that sidewalk, and I don't know. If he's standing behind it, he ain't standing behind it too far.
A stump right there, bro.
That is a big old hog, and I wish I knew how much it weighed. But it bottomed out of 330-pound scales. But all right, last week of deer season, Joe Allen, his other granddaddy took him. Your grandson. I can't wait to hear Jesse tell the story about his first buck. Yeah, he looked like he was in that picture. You had him all day. Did he tell you about it?
Some. We was in between riding and telling them to sit down, put your chips up, and fill your drink. But anyway, But we was headed down the house, and they said, maybe Big Daddy's down here.
I can't. Hey, I'm gonna put a microphone in front of him and get him to tell me that story.
He ain't gonna be shy. Put it that way.
All right. Well, anyway, it's the last 2 more days of deer season as we recording this on Wednesday night, and I do want to personally thank everybody that has sent me pictures this year. Y'all have blown up my Facebook page.
Have you done a game check? Stat yet?
I don't. I don't look at that. I don't think it's. I mean, I just don't. I ought to. I guess.
I'm just curious to see how many deer.
I'll look at it. I'll get the numbers for next week.
Next year.
But it's about to end up, and everybody's gearing up for fishing and hunting. What about rodeo? We're getting close to the rodeo.
Yep, I went over yesterday, and they were going to practice yesterday, and his new rig and quiet, relaxed, and I couldn't get it on the horse, and put it on the dummy with some ratchet straps, got it to pull all the way down, done a little practice on the dummy, and we left it on there to stretch it out a little bit, but that Brody's he's ready, and we're going March 16th when we had the first college rodeo, and we're still looking at. He's probably going to get a PCA pro card or NPRCA. We ain't decided yet. Just a little bit difference on it. That to qualify for Rookie of the Year is 12 rodeos through the PCA and it's 6 through the NPRCA. So we ain't really decided what we're going to do yet.
All right. Well, we'll be watching him. We'll be keeping up with it right here every Wednesday night. Once again, Shane, let's talk about your show tomorrow night at 7:00.
That's it. We're gonna try to do it. We're gonna be having Eric Cagle and John Fulmer on there, and we're gonna tell a few stories and some of their experiences. They have a lot of stories behind some of these tournaments they fish, and people don't get to share it with a lot of people. So we're gonna get to tell that, and then we're gonna answer some questions, and that's a lot of knowledge in that screen when them two are in that screen.
You darn right. You darn right.
It's gonna be a lot of crappie experience right there. There's I ain't gonna tell how many Eric Cagle's caught over the years.
And if you have not already gone and subscribed to the Shane Jones Fishing YouTube channel, you have got a good video up.
Yeah, I do. And I told a guy, he was like, it's really hard to explain chasing those fish. Really watching me. I'm actually going to wear my camera on my chest today, like a first person view, and maybe people can pick up just a couple little hints of what I'm doing as far as what I'm doing with the boat and everything. Because I want people to learn from those videos. Mostly it's just watching us catch fish, but if you pay attention to the boat, you will see the boat moving. And that boat is not sitting still. And like I told you, it's like chasing a moving brush pile. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah. And it is. And the way you do it, it ain't hard. You just got to do it. It takes some effort.
That's exactly right. It takes some effort in getting out there.
It ain't like sitting on a brush pile, catching them. You got to. It isn't. And with a live scope, you get to see what those fish are doing, how they behave, and you wouldn't believe. Now you see how many fish that chase your bait. It's crazy how many that come all the way to the top of the water with your bait and don't hit it. I mean, over the years, there's no telling how many.
Oh yeah, I did. And I'm glad you brought that up. I watched a video a long time. I mean, this is back when you go rent them. It was Doug Hanna, the old bass professor, and he was in Florida going down a bank. He had a scuba diver in the water with a video camera, and he fished down the bank. He caught 6 fish, and when he got to the end, the guy came up and asked him, "Well, how many bites did you get?" And he said, "I got 6 bites like that." Now, they showed in the video like that. He had 11 fish swallow his bait. Only caught 6 of them. He never felt.
You brought that up, Kevin, and believe it or not, I tell people when I'm showing them how to chase fish like that, Eric told me, I'll be reeling that bait in the school of fish, say there's a school of fish, and my bait's sitting in there, my bait will disappear, and I'll never feel it, and I just lean back and feel pressure. Never felt the fish whatsoever.
That's right.
I catch a lot of fish. It's not a thump. Sometimes it's just a squeeze. It's just
right.
It's not even a pullback. It's just a squeeze.
Yep. And it was Doug. He said, "I don't believe you," until he showed him the footage on the video there. He said, "I never felt anything." Yeah.
All right, Joe Allen, Dunn Sports in Thomasville. You need to get rid of your hunting stuff and get your turkey calls out. You got everything ready for turkey season and fishing?
Got the turkey calls out. We're running specials on ducket rods. We
and I have one of them crappie ducket rods, and it is a good one.
I bought one too. I like it.
And we got a lot of crawfish pots on sale. We're running $30 off on them. We doing some more stuff for Valentine's Day with the Coastal glasses and Browning and Drake clothes, so that you want your honey or something good for Valentine's Day. Come by and we got something in there they get.
Yes, sir. And everything. Valentine's is coming around the corner.
That's right.
And I tell everybody, these women don't want no cars and candy and flowers. They want something from Dunn Sports.
That's right.
A nice pair of Costa sunglasses would be nice.
Yeah. Glock pistol.
Yeah, Glock pistol.
There you go.
All right, guys. Thanks once again for a great show, Shane. I'll be watching you tomorrow night at 7:00 on Shane Jones Fishing. Look forward to it, man.
That's right, man. I hope we're gonna try to do it.
Joe Allen, Kevin, y'all need to be practicing this weekend. Now, Team D Hooker is practicing hard.
He needs to.
And hey, don't forget about old John Stokes and his team too. They in there.
Water's up. It's in his game. Is in his play right now. He'll come in with some big yellow cats.
Hey, all those guys at Meredith Landing over there, they're gonna get in it. They'll be players too. We're gonna have a hell of a damn jugging contest next Saturday, right here. Don't forget about Team Getting Outdoors too. Me and Dennis and Trey, we're gonna be in it too. So, all right, that's all I got. Y'all got anything else y'all want to say?
No, sir.
All right,
That's it for me.
See y'all next week. Thanks everybody for tuning in.
Pap taught me every critter's track and how to set a hair trigger on a trap. He taught me to shoot, scale, and skin and make a snare with a leather strap. He taught me to be a part of the woods and all his woodsy tricks. Said you gotta walk soft on 2 light feet and try not to break no stick. I thank Daddy for my savvy, how to hunt and how to carry anything that I might need to get a piece of skillet meat. How to walk and how to hide, how to crawl and how to slide, how to sneak, stalk, and climb and do it all on 2 light feet.